All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sanjay Mattu. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch world's largest healthcare program, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana in Ranchi today. Scheme to benefit 50 crore people. Home Minister Rajnath Singh says urban local body and panchayat polls in Jammu and Kashmir will be held as per schedule. French government clarifies that Dassault Aviation selected Reliance Defence as Indian partner to fulfill offset obligations of Rafale deal and Paris had no role in it. Heavy rains lash several parts of North India. Higher reaches of Himachal Pradesh experience heavy snowfall. Maldives goes to the polls today to elect a new president. And in sports, Indian women win third T20 international cricket against Sri Lanka. Indian grappler Deepak Punia to fight Turkey's Arif Ozan for gold at Junior Wrestling World Championship in Slovakia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana today from Ranchi in Jharkhand. Under the scheme, over 10 crore families will be provided health assurance worth 5 lakh rupees each every year. The Health Ministry in a release said this is the world's largest government-funded healthcare program targeting more than 50 crore beneficiaries. The scheme will provide cashless and paperless access to services for the beneficiary at the point of service. The beneficiaries will be able to move across borders and access services across the country. The ministry said the objectives of the Yojana are to reduce out-of-pocket hospitalization expenses, fulfill unmet needs, and improve access of identified families to quality inpatient care and daycare surgeries. The Health Ministry said the services will include 1,350 procedures covering pre- and post-hospitalization, diagnostics, and medicines. Talking exclusively to AIR, CEO of Ayushman Bharat, Indu Bhushan, said the scheme is the most ambitious health assurance scheme which will change the face of the health sector in the country. Mr. Bhushan said so far 31 states and union territories have signed MOUs to roll out the scheme.
अब तक हमारी 31 राज्यों और यूटी के साथ एमओयू हो चुका है, करार हो चुका है और 31 स्टेट्स और यूटीज में 26 राज्यों और यूटीज में ये योजना प्रारंभ हो जाएगी. बाकी जगह कुछ हफ्तों में ये योजना प्रारंभ हो जाएगी.
We have a report from our correspondent.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch Ayushman Bharat today from Ranchi. Prime Minister will also lay foundation stone online for 2 new medical colleges at Koderma and Chaybasa, which attached hospital of 300 beds in each of these two. Jharkhand government has already signed a memorandum of understanding with National Insurance Company Limited under Chief Minister Health Insurance Scheme to provide additional facility to 57 lakh families of the state. Rajesh Sinha, AIR News, Ranchi.
Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh has said that urban local body and panchayat polls in Jammu and Kashmir will be held as per schedule. He was speaking to the media on the sidelines of a BJP party workers' meet at Vadodara yesterday. He said that these polls would give all parties an opportunity to interact with the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The state's Chief Electoral Officer, Shaleen Kabra, announced on Friday that a 4-phase election to urban local bodies will be held from October 8. The panchayat elections will be held in 9 phases on a non-party basis beginning November 17. The centenary celebrations to commemorate 100 years of liberation of Haifa in Israel by Indian troops in 1918 culminates with a grand function in New Delhi today. The Battle of Haifa is being commemorated in Israel, Delhi and Jaipur. The Indian Army commemorates September 23 every year as Haifa Day to pay its respects to the 2 brave Indian cavalry regiments, Mysore and Jodhpur Lancers, that helped liberate the city following a dashing cavalry action by the 15th Imperial Service Cavalry Brigade. Taking part in the centenary celebrations to commemorate Haifa Day in Jaipur yesterday, Chief of Army Staff General Bipin Rawat said that the Indian Army is capable of dealing with any situation. Interacting with media persons after the program, General Rawat said that they are of the view that talks and terror cannot go hand in hand. The BJP's Delhi unit has organized a Purvanchal Mahakumbh meet at the Ramlila ground in Delhi today for people from eastern Uttar Pradesh and Bihar settled in the city. BJP President Amit Shah and many other senior leaders, including cabinet ministers of the Modi government, will address the rally. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. The French government has said that Dassault Aviation had selected Reliance Defence as an Indian partner to fulfill offset obligations of the Rafale deal. In a statement, the French government said it was not involved in any manner in the choice of the Indian partner for the Rafale fighter deal. The statement said French companies had full freedom to select Indian firms for the contract. The French government said the intergovernmental agreement signed with India for supplying 36 Rafale fighter jets concerns its obligations solely with regard to ensuring the delivery and quality of the aircraft. Dassault Aviation, the makers of Rafale, has also said that it was the company that decided to partner with Reliance Defence. Dassault said the Anil Ambani-led company was selected as the Indian partner in accordance with the policy of Make in India. The Maldives will go to the polls today to elect a new president. The election is being held amidst fears by opposition and foreign monitors of rigging of the polls. President Abdullah Yameen is in a straight contest with Ibrahim Mohammed Solih, who is the candidate of the joint opposition comprising of 4 parties. Around 2.6 lakh people are eligible to vote during the elections, which will be the third in the country's history after it switched over to full-fledged democracy in 2008. We have a report from our correspondent.
The democratic credentials of Maldives will be under close scrutiny as the country begins voting to elect its president a short while from now. Election Commission has set up 472 ballot boxes, including 4 polling stations abroad in India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia and Vietnam. The Commission has assured of free and fair elections, but opposition has charged it of bias and fixing it in favor of incumbent president. The election results are expected by tomorrow, but there is fear of prolonged political instability in the country. Santosh Kumar, AIR News, Colombo.
Back home, the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has changed the lives of those people who never even dreamed of owning a house. In Udham Singh Nagar district of Uttarakhand, the scheme has provided roofs to economically backward people. We have a ground report from our Dehradun correspondent.
In Udham Singh Nagar district of Uttarakhand, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has provided roofs to economically backward people. Now they are living in their own houses happily. According to Sapna, owning a house under PM Awas Yojana has saved them from many miseries.
मेरा जब से घर मिला है जितना दिक्कत है मेरा सब खत्म हो गया डर था किराना का मेरे को आराम मिल गया थोड़ा बच्चे से डर कम हो गया.
Another beneficiary Namta has also expressed her view like this.
जब हमें प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना नहीं मिला था तो हमारा घर कच्चा था बाहर शौचालय करने जाना पड़ता था. हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती है शौचालय की भी और घर भी मिल गया है. बरसात में भी हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती है.
There are many beneficiaries, including Shiv Shankar Giri of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana in Udham Singh Nagar.
प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना की तरफ से हमारा भी मकान मिला हुआ है. पहले तो बहुत डर था हम लोग का बरसातों में आंधी में आग से हर एक तरीका से हम लोग परेशान रहते थे.
Not just the houses, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is giving employment and boosting Swachhata by including Manrega to it and making toilets in the houses to stop open defecation respectively. Raghavesh Pandey, AIR News, Dehradun.
Heavy rains lashed several parts of North India while the higher reaches of Himachal Pradesh are experiencing heavy snowfall. The Met Department has forecast more rain and snowfall during the next 24 hours. Rohtang Pass in Himachal Pradesh, the gateway to Lahaul Valley, received more than 4 inches of snowfall yesterday. Following the snowfall, the Kunzum Pass was closed. The surrounding areas of Manali have been receiving heavy rainfall since yesterday morning. The Leh-Manali road has been closed for traffic for the next 48 hours as a precautionary measure. According to the weather advisory, Jammu and Kashmir is likely to receive moderate to heavy rain or snow during the next 48 hours. Rains lashed Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh yesterday, plummeting the maximum temperatures in the region by up to 11 degrees below normal. According to agriculture experts, while the rainfall has done no damage to the paddy crop, it will have an adverse effect on the cotton crop. Here's a report from our correspondent.
Continuous rainfall in Punjab is damaging the paddy crop and has adverse effect on cotton crop also. Punjab Agriculture University Vice Chancellor said rain at this stage is not good for paddy, cotton and maize crops as it can lead to adverse impact on their yield. Paddy and cotton are almost ready for harvesting. According to Director Punjab Agriculture Jasbir Singh Bains, if this rainfall continues, it will have very bad effect on cotton crop. Increased moisture will affect its procurement. Gagandeep Kaur Devgan, AIR News, Jalandhar.
The Met Department has forecast widespread rains in North India. The 10-day Ganesh festival will conclude today with the immersion of idols at various immersion spots. Our correspondent reports that all arrangements have been made for the immersion procession that will take place across Mumbai.
The idols will be immersed at various beaches including the famous Girgaon Chowpatty, Dadar Chowpatty, Juhu Chowpatty and Bandra Promenade, to name a few. Elaborate security arrangements have been made by police for smooth and peaceful immersion. The chanting of Ganpati Bappa Moria will engulf the atmosphere, signifying how much the devotees will miss their favorite god and the curiosity with which they will wait for his arrival next year. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
An international rescue team is trying to reach a seriously injured Indian sailor who's taking part in the Golden Globe round-the-world race. Solo yachtsman Abhilash Tomi is stranded 3,200 kilometers off the coast of Western Australia. His yacht, Thuria, had its mast broken during a severe storm in the Indian Ocean. He managed to send a message saying he has a severe back injury and is immobilized, unable to eat or drink. Indian women have won the third T20 international against Sri Lanka by 5 wickets. In Colombo yesterday, after restricting the hosts to 131 for 8, India achieved the target in 18.2 overs by scoring 132 for 5. Rain washed out the second encounter between the two teams. India now enjoy an unassailable 2-0 lead in the 5-match series with 2 matches yet to be played. In Asia Cup cricket, India will take on Pakistan in the Super 4 matches today in Dubai. In another match, Bangladesh will face Afghanistan in Abu Dhabi. In Junior Wrestling World Championship, Indian grappler Deepak Punia is to fight Turkey's Arif Ozan for gold at Trnava in Slovakia. In a dominating semi-finals, Punia defeated Moldova's Ivan Niedalko 6-2 yesterday. In previous bouts, Deepak Punia beat Pratik Suzorovsky 7-0 and Jaeong Jin 11-0. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Abhishek Kumar.
Thank you, Sanjay. The political war of words over former French President François Hollande's remark that the Indian government had suggested the name of Anil Ambani-led Reliance Defence as the offset partner for the Rafale deal dominates front-page headlines. The Hindu quotes Congress President Rahul Gandhi as saying, PM link to Ambani deal undeniable. Highlighting Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad's rebuttal, the DNA reports his kin looted nation and he is accusing us. Union Minister counters Rahul's thief PM charge. The Pioneer writes, France says Rafale maker given free hand. Unnecessary row, says Indian Defence Ministry. Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan's reaction to India cancelling a meeting between the foreign ministers of the two countries in the US is widely covered on the front pages of most papers. The Hindustan Times lead says, Imran calls India's cancellation of US meeting arrogant. The Times of India writes, in one tweet, Imran closes all diplomatic doors for now. Army Chief General Bipin Rawat's comments in the backdrop of the recent mutilation of a BSF Jawan by Pakistani forces are keenly tracked by the press. The Indian Express quotes the Army Chief as saying, must avenge Pak Army's barbaric acts, pay back in same coin. In the aftermath of the abduction and killing of 3 cops by the Hizbul Mujahideen in Jammu and Kashmir, the Tribune reports, quit, Hizb warns 24 J&K policemen, releases pictures on social media. Taking note of an advisory issued by the J&K administration, the Hindustan Times reports on its front page, don't go back home. Officials tell cops from South Kashmir. In what is worrying news for many Indians working in the US, the Asian Age reports, Indian techies is keen to lose US work permits. And finally, a national award-winning Assamese feature film has been selected as India's official entry for the Oscar Awards next year. The Asian Age reports, Reema Das's Village Rock Stars is India's official entry to Oscars. And with that, it's back to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, Abhishek. That was a look at today's newspapers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch world's largest healthcare program, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, in Ranchi today, scheme to benefit 50 crore people. Home Minister Rajnath Singh says urban local body and panchayat polls in Jammu and Kashmir will be held as per schedule. French government clarifies that Dassault Aviation selected Reliance Defence as Indian partner to fulfill offset obligations of Rafale deal, and Paris had no role in it. Heavy rains lash several parts of North India. Higher reaches of Himachal Pradesh experience heavy snowfall. Maldives goes to polls today to elect a new president. And in sports, Indian women win third T20 international cricket against Sri Lanka. Indian grappler Deepak Punia to fight Turkey's Arif Ozan for gold at Junior Wrestling World Championship in Slovakia. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.